Coming up on Oily Trash Movies.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Bublegum Barbie.
Hold on, say that again. Your audio sucks so much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Alright, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Alright, and we're live. Hello, and welcome to Oily Trash Movies. This is the only podcast where two people say unfunny things for an entire hour, and this is also the only podcast that records in the month of December. Everybody else takes this month off. Not us, because we are dedicated to watching shitty, oily movies and bringing them to you, our 750,000 weekly listeners. We're your hosts. I'm Daddy WarBux.
And I'm Bublegum Barbie.
And today we've got actually, this is our final full episode of the year. We're going to be watching They Crawl Beneath. But before we get into that, last week we watched Hellbender. But before we get into Hellbender, the week before that we watched The Friendship Game. And I'd commented that it kind of took the wish element from Wish Upon, the multiverse concept from another movie. Since that episode was released, the Red Letter Media guys released an episode on Wish Upon, and it had been like 10 years since I'd seen that movie, so I forgot a lot of stuff. That movie was also about multiverse stuff. So The Friendship Game is entirely a copy-paste of 2013's Wish Upon, and that is such a classic B movie. Go watch that movie. Fuck The Friendship Game. That was terrible. But enough about The Friendship Game. Last week we watched Hellbender. Do you have anything that you wanted to add about that, Bubble?
I just wanted to say, I guess I'm just repeating myself. As an indie film, I thought it was great, and really thinking about it, it was a good indie film. I do wish that it had more, since a couple days ago you and I ended up watching Silent Hill, and having that end scene, the sweet, sweet revenge scene, is what Hellbender was missing. That whole hit the fan scene is what I wanted for Hellbender, for it to be my top 10. But sadly it didn't make it, but overall it was a good movie.
It needed that kick in the pants in the third act, but that's fine. Having thought about it, I like the movie more than I did last week initially. I had criticized some of the flashback scenes for not having any payoff, but rewatching them during the editing, what those flashbacks were was just showing that these Hellbender witches existed throughout human history, and it was sort of fleshing out the backstory, so that was kind of cool. I still think that the mama should have regained power at the end, because this is kind of both it was a coming-of-age film and also a master and protege film, so it felt a lot like some of those kung fu movies or anything like that. And you've always got the young, sort of cocky, headstrong character that is a natural talent, and having youth, you're sort of naturally stronger and faster. And the way you structure those movies is they think they can do anything. They think they're invincible. They think the world is their oyster. And then, you know what? It doesn't matter how young and strong and fast you are. Experience and wisdom is what always wins in the end. So you always have the master knock the student down a peg and sort of put them in line. And I think that's what this movie needed. And I can sort of see that it is a horror movie, so you want to have like the bad guy sort of win at the end. But I think if you have a 150-year-old witch, you put her imagination towards it and kick her daughter's ass at the end of the movie, that could still be horrifying. You can still keep all of those themes of scariness and evil witch shit, and sort of have a more complete story arc. That's what I would have liked to have seen change, but overall, I did really enjoy that movie. I still don't think it's going to appeal to everybody, but if you're into sort of moody, atmospheric horror movies, I don't think you can go wrong with Hellbender. And that's all I have to say about that. This week, we're going to be watching They Crawl Beneath. This is our final... This is episode 40 of Oily Trash Movies. This will be our final flagship episode of the year, and then we're going to wrap up And next year, we're going to start a new list of movies, so I'm excited to see what this last film brings, because it kind of looks like Tremors. It looks like discount Tremors. What do we know about this movie?
So, The Crawl Beneath is a horror film. It is 88 minutes long. It is a 2022. Directors are Dale Fabriger. Dale Fabriger, and the writer is Trisha Aradad. So the writer's that, and it's about after an earthquake leaves Danny trapped alone in his claustrophobic nightmare only gets worse when something truly horrifying emerges from the bristles of the ground, forcing him to engage in a brutal fight for his life and his sanity. And the awards are 3 nominations, and it was Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Feature Film. So this is obviously an indie film.
Yeah, and this is sort of my genre movie. It's clearly a B film. It's got horror elements, and it's sort of a science fiction movie. You know, monsters. Like I said, this is obviously inspired by Tremors, I think, with Kevin Bacon, that classic film.
Fissures. What's that word? What is that? The
word is fissures.
What is it?
A fissure is a crack in anything, really.
So it's like the sidewalk.
Yeah.
A step on a crack, you'll break your mama's back. Oh my god. So you want to avoid the fissures of the
Those
concrete.
are little tiny fissures.
What? And let's go.
Oh my god. It's a production company. I'm excited. Oh, this is my final pick of the year. Hellbender was your final pick?
Oh my gosh, viscera, and worms, and dirt, and...
They're maggots.
Maggots.
Or are they millworms?
Oh
Ew,
my
gross.
gosh.
Stock footage.
How nature is made. Their organs. I do like worms. Worms are cool.
Bubble's a worm girl. Oh my god, did you see those fissures?
Those fissures. Scary, terrifying. That's a big fissure. Got a cop storming in and breaking in the door right away.
Did he have a warrant?
I know, right? He just broke the door because because the woman called. She's like, "There's something in my house."
Yeah, why didn't he knock and wait for her to open the door?
I heard something cracking my floor.
That's her son.
If that's his mom, why did he break down his mom's door?
Yeah,
Now it's broken. He has to repair. He has the key to her house.
She was inside waiting for him.
In the same room.
This is like, this is the perfect level of B-moviness.
Oh my god, look at all that product placement.
No. This is just like his mom's house. Mom, can I film in your pantry? I promise not to get close-ups of all your booze.
Mom, can I knock down your door, Mom?
Whoa. That was a legit monster. I'm getting Starship Troopers vibes.
I told you.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Kick that door down, you loser. That's a pantry door.
The monster locked the pantry door.
Oh my god. Wait, did you see that he like transformed into like a little baby? Or like a 6-year-old at some point?
What a nerd. He has glasses on.
Those are Clark Kent glasses. He's gonna become way hotter later in the movie when he takes those glasses off and he's like cut and has like scrapes.
And then lets down his hair. Hell yeah. Hey, it's that actor. I know that actor. What was he in? We saw a B movie with that same. He's from Space Wars.
Shut up. Who? This old guy?
That's
Kip?
Captain. Yeah, he's Captain Kirk. Yeah, or Kip.
I mean, are you looking this up on IMDb or are you just making this up?
No, I just know him. I just recognized him. I'm gonna look at the cast right now. Yeah, he is from freaking Space Wars.
Shut up. How exciting.
Let's really get this thing fixed.
Why? It's not broken.
Ooh, that's definitely a setup. He has a sign that says garage in his garage. Oh my god, that's Sarah French.
Is it really?
No.
Sarah French would be in a tank top or tube top shirt, mini shorts on, and she would roll up in a motorcycle.
Oh, this is so emotional.
That's beautiful teeth, though. Look at those pearly whites.
This is officially a teeth rating podcast.
Oh my god, that is the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
For about a month now.
Oh my goodness, there was a baby nematode. Why don't you follow that snail trail?
It's not a snail, War. It's a nematoid.
The nematoids.
Yeah.
I hope this guy has a thumbnail material tacked up on his wall.
Oh, yeah.
Pecan for me.
Miss November 2021.
Well, next to that,
Oh.
she's
I
even
didn't
more
even notice
naked.
that. It's Sarah French.
That's her cameo in this movie.
Oh, is she gonna be eaten right away?
I suppose so. I hope so, because she's a terrible actress.
There's a lot of terrible actors. The only good actor is Mr. Kip so far.
Yeah, why didn't you follow this slime immediately?
You're gonna need a bigger jar, lady. So why was our cop? How did our cop dream about it? Dream about the big worms?
I think that was just shitty B-movie logic where it's like, okay, we gotta have something to grab people's interest right at the beginning. We'll just make a dream sequence where a giant monster attacks.
And our protagonist breaks the door. This movie sucks, War.
I'm digging it. This is right on the
Ew.
cusp of where it's so bad it's good, because there's so much interesting stuff happening. Look, this is a cool shot. Framing her through the empty drawers, like they just pulled the drawers out of those drawer holes. And of course, the paper towel dispenser is always empty. And look, there's like naked exposed outlets on the wall.
Idiot.
What? There's another one on him? Jesus.
Like poisoned.
Yes, it's a deadly neurotoxin. Our last two movies both prominently featured a Mustang.
Oh, that's so true. Bill, get out of the car! It's an earthquake!
Oh my goodness, the Transformers exploding.
Oh, the Mustang!
She kind of looks like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, she does.
So I think this might be a one-room type movie where he's trapped in this garage.
I hope not. He wasn't even crying.
Wrong, didn't you see him wipe the tears from his eyes?
Yeah, I saw him wipe his tears from his dry face.
Yeah, let me lift up this car.
Yeah, he's gonna try 3 more times. You should ask one of the worms.
I mean, I see the arm of the jack poking around the edge of that. And that's a hydraulic jack, so it takes no strength to use. Oh, you can barely get to it! Oh, I guess it was just the broom handle.
The jack was on the other side.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Like, I've seen mechanics do that. Like, the side they're gonna go in through is where the jack is. Right?
Well, you pull the jack out afterwards, and you've got those blocks, which is what they...
Oh.
But it fell off the blocks during the earthquake. Oh, well, good thing he has his phone.
Oh, well, what was the whole point of, like, lifting it?
Oh, he's gonna tourniquet himself.
Oh my gosh, it's Saw. Is he gonna Saw 3? Cut his leg off? Saw it off?
Well, he's not bleeding.
No, he is.
Ah, this is awful. This is so bad.
I know. Space Wars was better. And that's really saying something. Oh, the worm's gonna be like, oh shit, cops are here, gotta go. Shut the cops! Ah, you heard me, I gotta go.
Run. Popo's here. Oh, look, another phone. It's also gonna be at 3%.
Yeah. Or it's probably dead.
He's not gonna know the passcode.
Oh, but you can still dial 911. See how in the corner of once it shows the password, you could see that it says emergency call, and you can call 911.
Yeah. I mean, it already showed him making an emergency call.
And that's gonna be his weapon when he kills the first worm. He's gonna be like, ka 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 ka. His password is his license number.
Well, no, he's a boomer, so he's gonna have a little piece of paper with all of his passwords written on it.
Oh, yeah. His password is gonna be his medication serial number.
Are those pain kills? I guess he's taking them.
Yeah.
He's gonna reach for a beer. Did you see the wire going up his side with his shirt lifted up, or he was mic'd up?
No, I didn't see that. All those beers are open.
Why are there open beer bottles in there? There were two of them on the door were opened.
He's gonna start crying. It's so good. It's so delicious.
Who makes, like,
Hell yeah.
why would Bill make a sandwich, wrap it in tinfoil, and then put it in his fridge? Normally you make a sandwich and then you eat it. Was this actor the guy from The Walking Dead?
It was in Law of Attraction and Battle Scars and Gym Rat
Yeah, this is not
and Bloodline Lovesick too.
this is not the guy I thought he was. But that is Captain Kip. Pretty impressive.
Yep.
Pretty impressive, Bubble, to recognize that guy.
Yeah, because I'm stellar at recognizing faces.
Well, now who's this guy here without the glasses?
That's a god.
Oh my god!
Eating his foot. Ah. And there's the knife.
Ooh, now we've got the ticking clock element because 2 to 3 hours, that neurological toxin will kill him.
Don't use up the freaking battery of Kip's cell phone, guy.
He should toss the worm the sandwich to distract it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's enough shit laying around that I feel like you could engineer a solution.
He's not an engineer, War. He's a police officer.
Oh my god. He's gonna grappling hook this thing. Yeah, now it's a real grappling hook. Well, that's it. He can get out now.
Yay.
Yay! Oh, fuck! Oh shit, the broken door! God, that worm is not threatening at all. Oh, there's another one!
You know? We'll talk about it in a little bit. Just ask me how I think that they made that worm move. Okay, so I'll just tell you. They did it with stock motion. They did it with stock motion.
Stop motion.
And then other times they use like a hand glove and they go ar 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 ar.
Where you like just see the person go nom 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 with his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is great. The stop motion was way too slow.
Well, it's like the frame rate didn't match. Like it had like a jittery look. He needs to dump out all of the packing peanuts in the Amazon box down in that hole so that they can't get through.
Yeah.
Or just put a board over it. He saved one bullet for himself. Oh, Jesus! What the fucking Christ? Holy shit!
I hope that was his bad leg.
It was a hallucination. That's his good leg. So both of his legs are jacked.
Oh my gosh, Kip's password is password.
He's shouting to the helicopter.
Oh my gosh, is he actually Bill's son?
Oh, that'd be a good twist.
Low, Mom.
His battery is running low because he used the flashlight. Like, I bet you there's, like, Bill has an actual flashlight laying around that garage. Maybe, like, 15 of them.
I mean, he's in a workshop. Oh, look, you called it. Listen, this man is in need of urgent medical
I know.
assistance. Why are we going on about family drama on FaceTime?
I know. Like, I don't care about this family drama. I care about the worm in the garage.
But this dude this is a workshop. There's at least a power drill in there that he could use to get out of this building. This is like when me and Lippy are talking on Discord.
Yeah.
Like, you're my son, Lippy.
It's like, you didn't raise me. Yeah, this protagonist sucks.
Yeah, why does he hate him so much? Like, the mom just explained that what happened. Yeah, his Clark Kent
his
glasses. Oh, shit. The classic alien scene where the saliva drips from directly above you. We saw that in Death Valley. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. Fuck you. Popo, I hate the cops.
It would have been funny if that board had hit him and then also broke his glasses.
Yeah. It's like, I hate the Popo. I like how the worms are going for our cop here rather than already the dead body that they could be eating
Or that
through.
half-eaten sandwich that's been laying on the floor for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh man, the execution shot. Boom. God, this sucks. I'm glad this isn't 2 hours.
Yeah, this movie is terrible. How much more do we have? Oh my god, he's gonna drive the Mustang through the garage door.
We got 30 minutes, so we're officially in the third act. It's such a piece of shit car that the roll-up windows don't even work. Like, hey, I'm getting attacked by fucking monsters in here. Please. Please somebody come. Bring a flamethrower.
Answer the phone! Like, please, call 911.
Hello?
Oh, God, you have no idea.
Yep.
Oh my god, she's
Oh my
pregnant now.
god. With the baby worm.
Oh, it's Bill's kid.
Yeah. That's why she hated Bill so much, because she like told Bill I'm pregnant and he's like, oh, I'm gonna ride you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even put that together, that our main character here was Ryan Ash by Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, chest burster scene. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So did the worm possess him and like took him out of the car and actually like talk to him, or is he under the car? Oh no, he's
it was
under
all
the car the whole time.
hallucination. I didn't realize that this was going to be a psychological thriller. I want to drive this car with no tires on it.
Like, I'm pretty sure that Bill has an axe that he could just like shining through that door.
Yeah, there's no believable reason why you would be trapped in a workshop full of tools.
Me as a bubble would know that I could just throw random at the door and like.
Yeah, even like he just had a
Right
hammer.
through.
Like you could hammer through. I'll tell you though, I think the screenplay is mostly solid. I mean, we even established that, like, oh, Bill, why don't you fix this door? Like, that was one of the first lines in the movie. And I don't know how this is fixing it, but like, I would just hatchet through the plywood of the door. Just make my own door.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna hallucinate, like, the cops are gonna save him, and then he's gonna hallucinate that the cop is the robber who shot him, and then get shot by the cop. That's my theory. Oh my god, it's the biggest fissure yet.
To get through this. Hold on, we don't have time.
I mean, good thing the shoulder of the road is still intact.
It's right there. We can get around it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so bad. You can see that there's a million tire tracks already around on the shoulder.
Yeah, because they had to because they're so bad actors that they had to take that take like 20 times to get the perfect one.
Oh, finally.
It's only one police officer. One.
I like how the girlfriend, for no reason, is in the cop car with the police officer. Like, they met up and abandoned her car somewhere. There's still a time element. Audience, it's getting more intense. Like, what the fuck are you shooting at in there? Oh my god.
Where's that axe that he had.
Oh my goodness.
They like stopped lifting up the door
And it's jamming the garage door shut.
so that he could have time to kill that worm.
I mean, I guess that the foundation of this garage could have shifted. Bite it! Yeah!
oh my gosh, it's gonna break his neck.
Oh, he ripped its throat out.
Right in time, right when he was able to kill all those worms.
He grabs his wallet. Oh, shit.
They had the antidote the whole time.
Yeah, well, she named the anti-venom, which indicates that it's something that exists. And then for no reason, the girlfriend said, oh, she can make the anti-venom in 2 to 3 days. And then, of course, they get to the hospital and they have the anti-venom. That was like a rewrite that never got it sorted out. Where the hell did she leave to? She running out to her car? The surprise was his mom's there at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, I would expect her to be.
Yeah.
It's so unexpected and such a surprise that my mother came to the hospital where I've been unconscious. This is so terrible. They need people with hazmat suits, like, milling about this area.
Yeah.
Let's go there we get a drone shot.
Drone shot of this oily trash house.
They just put some caution tape up. Ah, Jesus. That was... They crawl beneath. So, there were a lot of things I hated about this movie. And I gotta tell you, I think the biggest... I get that you've got your script, and then when you get your location, things change, but this is such a cool location. There's, like, so much junk. And you could just rip off Tremors entirely and have people milling about this area. And as long as you always film it so you don't see the city in the background, or even if you do see the city in the background, you can have the graboids, like, they ripped the tires off your car, or that was your only car. Like, having a movie take place in this whole big area that they're at with, like, just all of this debris. I was not a fan of that garage location.
I hated the side story of the family. Like, I don't care about Bill and him actually being his father and his mom dating the brother drama. Like, I really just wanted him to get out of the garage, you know?
Well, I always admire the single room scripts because, you know, if you've got nothing, all you have is your writing. And honestly, like I said, I didn't really have any problems with the script. It's just that the worms looked terrible. Everything was terrible. I don't know. It's just this was a bad movie. This is oily for sure.
This was a bad movie because I disagree with you. I hated the script. I hated the characters. The location was kind of cool. You know, the house. They had like a oily trash house, which I really appreciated because, again, there's so much junk that you can make something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, right? Like just random stuff. And I guess I didn't really appreciate that fact. Like the way he got out of the car, and that was kind of interesting, but not really because there's just so much. The garage door could have been pried open, like The Shining, even though I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen that scene. The after the fact, him calling his mom, the whole cell phone issue, 3%, then having Bill's phone number when you could just call 911, but I guess 911 was busy. But you could still call like your mom and your girlfriend. This movie was just terrible. It wasn't Jeepers Creepers terrible, but it was pretty terrible.
The problem was this movie didn't have what felt like a real climax. I think both the second and third acts, the whole sequences where he's trapped and then he gets out from under the car and then he gets out of the garage, that should have been the entirety of the second act, and you have him solving increasingly difficult problems while the threat of the graboids builds. And then he gets out, and I think you have a big third act action set piece where you've got this awesome house, maybe fissures are opening up left and right, you've got the police, they finally arrived, maybe one of their cars gets sucked down, you can have sort of disposable extras where, you know, maybe 2 or 3 cops all show up and 1 or 2 of them get torn apart by the graboids, and then you fight your way through there and you ride off into the sunset. I think that would be a satisfying conclusion to this, because it was kind of interesting watching him engineer his way out of his problem. The problem was that's not an entire movie. Your entire movie can't be a guy trying to crawl in and out of a car and get out of a garage. There needs to be some sort of action.
The climax was them slowly waiting to open the door because he's being attacked by these worms and him killing them. That was the climax of this movie, which is just silly and stupid just talking about it. I would agree with you to have those disposable police officers, but it's also, as an independent film, is expensive because you have to get you have to have 3 or 4 police officer quote unquote uniforms.
I don't think
you could solve that with dark lighting.
I don't think the cost of uniforms is the prohibitive factor here.
Well, our main character was a cop, and we only saw him wear one.
Oh yeah,
one uniform.
That ridiculous dream sequence. That was terrible. And
Yeah.
And I was expecting him to reveal some sort of trauma as a child, because he was like trapped in that cupboard, that pantry area, and he was screaming and he was a little kid. Mm-hmm. But they really never, there was no payoff to that. Like, I thought maybe like his dad or Bill would lock him in there or beat him or something. So that made no sense.
Yeah, it didn't. Like, why was he having a worm dream? Like, what?
It was just because...
That's so specific. Did he see a worm as a child?
It was because the writers needed to have a scene in the beginning that got people hooked, and they thought that would do it.
That did not do it. That was just dumb and silly. I mean, I guess it did tell me as an audience that this is definitely a campy film, which it was-ish.
Well, she got grabbed by big giant tentacles.
Oh, yeah, she did. That was interesting.
I almost wonder if that was sort of like a short film that they put together to pitch to producers, like, this is the film we're putting together, these are the monsters, this is that, just to get a budget or raise some money, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, possible. The best supporting actors were definitely the worms and the hands that controlled the worms. That was cool.
I'll tell you, the best part of this movie was when he saw his bite and he hallucinated that it was a festering, maggot-infested wound that exploded into a bunch of ground beef. That was an amazing effect. I would have liked to have seen more of that. You could have definitely leaned into the horror aspect and the gruesomeness, but it was one shot.
So the best part that I love about this film was the location for sure. And let's see.
So here's how I would have changed this. The car, I would have liked to have made more of a character. And, you know, you have a lot of things perfectly established in this movie. Like, the garage door is not going to open, this and that. I think what he needed to do was establish... I don't know anything about cars, so, you know, you just put some mumbo-jumbo in. You have the Bill character say, oh, I can't get it to start. You know, this problem, that problem. And that's what they're working on to fix. And then when he gets in the car, I would have loved to have seen him realize, like, oh, you know what? If I hotwire it and tap into the mainframe and I do all of this mumbo-jumbo voodoo, the car engine rolls over, he pulls through the garage door, and that's where, you know, that's the solution, and then that's where you can start your third act action sequence.
Sorry, even going back to what you were saying to fix this movie, where we see either a police car being sucked into one of the cracks, why not like have our main actor, like, he finally gets out of the garage and all of a sudden there's a big huge hole and it starts sinking the car that he's currently in. That would be talk about climax, and now he has to escape the car from the hole and do that format. Would have been interesting.
The problem is this movie just didn't have anything to work with, I don't think. Or you can do it like Hellbender, where he goes down into the hole that opened up, because we saw that the hole does extend to the outside of the garage where the dog got eaten, and he has to crawl through this underground cavern, and there's just worms everywhere, and, maybe get some real claustrophobia type vibes to it, a la The Descent, where he's wiggling through very tight, narrow spaces and escapes that way. There's a lot of things you could do. But I think the budget wasn't there, the talent wasn't there. I didn't hate this. Yeah. I'm still going to rate it oily, but I'm only going to give it 3 buckets of oil because this is a movie I would watch.
That's so funny because I also agreed, I already decided my oily rating, and it was also a 3.
Okay.
Because I would watch this. I wouldn't watch it again, but it's campy enough.
It's a fun movie to sit and watch through and riff on.
Because you're like, why does it have open beers in the refrigerator? It's entertaining. It's something to watch with your friends. Like, you could be like Bill and Danny here, drink beers and watch this movie in the garage.
Yeah,
next to your Mustang or inside your Mustang, and it would be a fun thing, Yeah,
ultimately, I would say that this is a perfect oily trash movie. This is... It's insightful into the independent film development process and just what you can create. And this is the kind of thing that inspires me to go write my own scripts and try to do things better and try to do things differently.
Yeah. I also want to point out that the acting is very campy as well. Like, it's bad enough but good enough where it's forgiving. But again, bad enough where it's like, okay, this is why they're not huge Hollywood stars, It was fun. It was a fun movie to watch. I don't hate it. Like, I hated Jeepers Creepers, but it's
definitely better than something like Float, in which nothing makes sense. None of the motivations make sense. There's literally nothing going on. But it's not...
Besides the hot babes,
but...
in bikinis.
There's not enough just really interesting, bizarre things like Mermaid Down had to elevate it to where you really love watching it. But, 3 oily trash movies. This isn't offensive, but it's not good.
Yeah.
I think our audience knows what kind of movie this is and whether or not they would like it.
Yeah, and it's really cool to watch this film because we did see what was that a Kevin Bacon movie with the worms?
Tremors.
Yeah, Tremors. Like, if you've seen that movie, you like this movie. This is fun to look at and see an indie film being influenced by that and wanting to make it in a very ultra low budget, and they succeeded in that format. So it was interesting and enough, and yeah, it's an oily trash movie, for sure.
This movie will make you want to go and watch Tremors because you'll want to see something good to cleanse your palate.
Yeah. Like worms, big worms. Oh, man. All right, that's all I have to say.
All right. Well, yeah, and this is the wrap-up of Oily Trash Movies 2023 season. Make sure to check us out next week, and the week after we're going to do our top most oily movies and top 10 favorite movies we've seen. So if you've missed any episodes, this is going to be a great wrap up to get caught back up on what we've seen this year and what we recommend and what we recommend you avoid.
And what a great movie to end this year, 2024. It was an oily film that we could just rip on, and it's fun and exciting. Now that
it's cool that we had Michael Pare in. Yeah. Like, that was completely unexpected.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even look at the cast because you were telling me nobody cares about this stuff. If I was given the time to look at the cast, I would have already said, like, oh my God, Captain Kip is in this film. We might see Sarah French as a cameo, which I'm pretty sure she's in that garage for sure.
She's Miss November.
She's Miss November. Or she's the one right next to it, the topless one, the topless babe.
Well, can only hope.
Yeah. And make sure you sub and subscribe so you don't miss our top 10 faves and our top 10 oiliest movies. And if you don't, we're gonna get your Mustang, put it in our oily trash garage with you sleeping in it, and get these worms to insert some poison in you.
All right, take care, comb your hair.
Remember to maze directly in that worm's face. Bye.